Hey guys, my name is Sophie and today I'll be showing you how to do a pink and purple smoky eye. So first I start out by doing my brows, and I'm using Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Ebony because I like my brows to be pretty dark and defined. And the brush I'm using is just a little cheap brush I got from Amazon years ago. It's somehow still my favorite eyebrow brush to use, so I can put the link in the description for you guys if you're interested. I'm not going to go through all the steps of doing my brows because there are a lot of other tutorials out there who could show you the same thing and probably explain it better than I could, but basically I just fill mine in with a dip brow and I don't do much else besides that. Next I'm going to do my eyeshadow base, and I use a NYX eyeshadow base. It's white, it's pretty thick and creamy, so I have to spread it around a little bit and set it with a powder. The reason I used this one today is because I like to use a white base when I'm doing bold colors, and this one really helps to catch the eyeshadow and make it stand out and make them very bright. Next I will be setting the base with this nice flat brush from BH Cosmetics. I will be using the NYX Full Throttle palette in Explicit, and I'm using this nice light tan shade in the bottom corner. And I'm just putting it on top of the base pretty much and setting it so it doesn't crease and so that the shadows on top will apply smoothly. Now I will be starting with this nice pink shade from the NYX Ultimate palette in Brights, which is number 4. And I'm just going to start with my crease and blending this sort of hot pink out, and this will pretty much serve as the starting point for the rest of my shadows. And here I'm using an e.l.f. Cosmetics blending brush, which is one of my faves, by the way. It's only $3 and you should definitely check it out if you see it next time you're in the drugstore. Next I will be taking a loose pearl shadow, also from NYX. It was $2 online, I believe, and I forget which shade this is because I don't have the original container on me, but it's sort of a light pink, and I use that to highlight underneath my brow. And now I am taking a second sort of bright purple color from the NYX Ultimate palette, and I'm putting that right below my crease and sort of blending it into the other color, and I'm starting my ombre into the purple that will be on my lower lid. Now I'm blending those colors onto the lower lash line, just starting to fill that in beneath so it really creates the sort of smoky effect. You know, you want everything to look very smooth and blended out when you're doing this sort of smoky eye, even when it's bright colors like this. Next I'm taking this nice eyeshadow brush I got from Bella Pierre. It came in one of their eye kits, and I'm going into this nice light lavender shade in the NYX Ultimate palette, and I'm putting this on my inner corner. Now I'm going into the Urban Decay Electric palette into the shade Jilted with the same brush, and I'm putting that in the center of my lid. It sort of adds a nice shimmer and a pop of like pinkish purple, and again blending that onto my lower lash line to make everything nice and smoky and blended together. Now I will be taking another nice brush from BH Cosmetics and using my Ultimates palette, going into this dark purple this time, and I'll be putting that on the outer corner of my lids and trying to blend that in with everything else and make a sort of smoky look, giving my eyes a little bit of dimension, a little bit more depth. Now I will be using a nice blending brush I got from e.l.f. This one was only $1. It's nice and soft and actually one of my favorite blending brushes. I'm going in with this kind of muted medium pink and blending everything out with that because it's a nice transition shade. Now I will be going back into the electric palette into the shade Urban and adding that over the outer corner and sort of the middle of the lid to blend everything together. It's a really nice sort of shimmery shade and just adds some more color on top. Next I will be adding a brow bone highlight and a little bit of shimmer on top and the ColourPop shadow in the shade Bubbly, and I just use my finger for these because they're very creamy and soft. If you've never tried ColourPop, I definitely recommend them because they're so easy to apply. Next I will be adding a touch of blue by using a different e.l.f. blending brush, and I will be going into the electric palette shade Chaos and adding that onto my outer corner and onto the outer corner of my lower lash line as well. And I'll sort of be blending out this blue shade and so that we really get a nice ombre to the smoky eye going from pink to blue. Now I'm going back into the electric palette into the shade Savage, and this is a really hot pink, and I'm adding this over the inner corner to make it just a little brighter and a little more pink than it already was, to really make those colors stand out. And I'm adding that on my lower lash line inner corner as well and just blending all that together. As you can see here, the look is almost complete. We only have a couple more details to add. Now I will be doing liquid liner, and I'm using NYC black liquid liner, which, as many of you know, is a fan favorite. And I'm not going to go over the specifics of how I do winged liner because, once again, like with my brows, you can probably find a ton of other tutorials on that if you're wondering. And in this video I actually messed it up a little bit. It was a little bit uneven, but I fixed it later with my colored liner, so it was okay. Now I will be sort of outlining that black liner with my NYX Vivid Brights liner in the shade Vivid Fire, which is sort of a dark pink / red color. And I'm just sort of putting that on top of the black and outlining it and making it a little more colorful and standing out a little bit more. This application was a little bit messy and definitely could have been better, but I was rushing a bit because I was losing daylight because I live in the Northeast and it gets dark at like 4 p.m. Now we will be adding mascara, and I use Ulta mascara. It's Voluptuous Volume, and it's pretty good actually. I really like the Ulta Collection mascara, and I don't wear false lashes because I adore my natural lashes, so that's not really something you're going to see me doing a lot on this channel. I will be using this Details brush, also from BH Cosmetics, and I will be going back into the NYX Ultimate palette into this nice dark blue shade, and I'll be putting that on the inner corner. I'm going to put some silver on top of this from the Electric palette, which is the shade Revolt, and that's going to make it this nice icy silvery blue color. It's definitely going to mute down the blue by putting the silver on top of it, but it gives it a little bit more color than just the pink and purple. This is the finished look. Like this or comment if you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.